just jump into it, shall we? So what we've got here is a this was a build around submission that specifically asked for me to work Krenko, Tin Street, Kingpin alongside the another new card, Dreadhorde Arcanist into things together. So this deck, notably, we've got two different ways to kind of leverage these a little bit extra. We've got Collision here, which gives +4/+2 to allow us to pump up the jam on this. And one of the things that's kind of sweet about the way this works is if this gets +4/+2, it can recast Colossus. So like if you Colossus this and then attack, you can re-Colossus it, so it'll attack as a 9/7. Alternatively, it can also flash back the statue half of status statue, which is kind of sweet. I've got a couple copies of Saproling Migration in here, which are just, it's a threat that we can play our pump spell on. It's also good with Domri, giving all of our creatures power, but it's a 2-mana instant sorcery. So if we have Dreadhorde out and we have this Domri in play, Dreadhorde can recast the Saproling Migration. Can you kick Migration off of Anarchist? I'm not sure. I think so. The way kicker works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to pay additional costs. Another thing I've got in here, so this is basically a Gruul deck with a very small black splash. And one of the reasons for that is I think Bedeck Bedazzle is really sweet here, because Bedeck can be used to power up Krenko to give him extra power to put more 1/1 counter, more 1/1 tokens into play. But this is also like a pseudo lightning strike that can remove the opponent's creatures that have 3 toughness or less. And then I've got 6 black lands in here, so we can flash back or play Bedazzle in some situations if that comes up potentially. So let's pop on into some matches here, shall we? Someone did say standard time. Yeah, Krenko escalates very fast. I don't think that's strictly true, Tom. I think at getting the second attack is where you really start to snowball. Morning, Camboni. This is fine. We're on the draw. Yes, the Arcanist is not going to be able to recast Bedeck Bedazzle because of the way converted mana costs work. That is correct. MF Loki, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Yikes. This is a really good start out of the opponent here. I think I'm just making a 4/4 this turn. Hopefully their last card isn't like Galta. I don't have copies of Fine Finality in here. Woof. That's really good. Because it means that my taking a turn to make this Growth Chamber Guardian a 4/4 like isn't very good because it no longer blocks these profitably. You did miss Modern Brave Earth. Usually we're on to standard by about 9:30, which is right now. Cornfield time. What do I want to do? I think we're just dead, right? Feels like we're just dead. I don't know that we ever keep up with the start that the opponent had there without having access to like copies of Shock or something. Let's get our Lava Coils in here. Can maybe see Fiery Cannonade being okay. What do I want to trim? I definitely don't want to cut my removal, I don't think. Domri's maybe a little slow, just like trade him out for Lava Coil. Landwar Elves is good turn 1 of the play. You are not wrong. No, there's only 3 Cindervines in my board. That's probably fine, considering I don't really want to play against Nexus anyways. Believe it or not, Seth, I don't control the push notifications on mobile. So, if you don't get a notification on mobile, I'd encourage you to join the Discord server and turn on alerts there. The only time you're going to get an @everyone tag on the sub-Discord is from me when I go live. So, people fairly frequently have issues with Twitch alerts. I'd encourage you to file bug reports with them. And I unfortunately have no control over their software. Oh, I don't know that I really want Cannonade. I feel like a lot of their stuff can grow out of range a lot of the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this and make it bigger. If you would, what would I change? What would I change about what? I was rank 160 in the standings when I took my nap with 4 hours left for them to close. So I had to drop from rank 160 to outside of the top 1,000 in 4 hours. Which is unlikely, but not impossible. Yeah, the claw thing's really sweet. Like I said, with all the sponsors I sign individually, I always have them send me products so I can like test them firsthand to find out if they're reasonable. And I was really surprised. It's it works as advertised. This is definitely something I would have used like as a kid growing up. We played a lot of Magic like outside of picnic tables and scout camp, stuff like that. You need magnetic sleeves. So what it does is when you buy it, they give you inserts to put into your normal sleeve. So there's these little things that you slip in behind the cards. And it makes them a little bit heavier to shuffle, but it's not that much different than having your deck double sleeved. What am I doing here? Am I just doing this? I think I'm doing this, and then I'm gonna status this and block with Death Touch. Yeah, they're definitely really neat. And like, you're not supposed to play with it vertical, but for like showing it off on stream it works well, and the magnets are strong enough to like hold the cards up vertically. How many inserts come with the pack? I believe it's 120, but don't I should find that number out offhand so I'm advertising correctly. 120, look at that. My memory is good. Thank you, Matt, man. So, like, that trade there is like a 2-for-1, but, like, the reality of the situation is that, like, I like, drew that Growth Chamber Guardian off another Growth Chamber Guardian, so it wasn't, like, kind of a 1-for-1. When does the big tournament happen for the top 1,000? I have no idea when, and hopefully Watsy might not know yet either. Alright, so we're dead. I believe we have died. Galta is the green-red mirror breaker. Galta is the green-red mirror breaker. Their aggro deck played a 12-12, yep. What we are playing is almost certainly a tricksy slash cute version of like what the last opponent is doing. Like we're giving up some of the consistent aggression that they're able to generate for the sake of like trying to make Arcanist and Krenko work for sure. Yeah, it is a little weird that they don't sell the insert separately. They're a small business, Acker, so it's probably not. I bet if you reached out to their support, that might be something they'd be able to set you up with individually. It would not surprise me. But that is a good suggestion and feedback. Why not kill both of those now? Because I can't. Because I played Basic Forest on turn 2. Their attack last turn signified that they likely have Collision Colossus, but I'm kind of okay trading this for a Pelt Collector plus a Collision Colossus here. Ooh, that's kind of a sweet draw. I'm probably just gonna die to a 12-12 again, which is sad, but it is what it is. Hey, Gillette, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I guess if they have a shock here, I get a little bit punished. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, I just threw this game away. I was reading a message in chat and I just clicked through. Should have. I shocked in my land so I could shock one of these in response. We're probably just dead now. So I like gave them extra 4/4s. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we're just dead. That one's on me. There's no guarantee we win this game if I shock that, but like, we're definitely not winning because I didn't. The message I was reading in chat when I clicked through that was someone commenting about a Jund build, and I do think a Jund build is probably, a full-on Jund build is probably a little bit better than what we're doing here, but this was a build-around submission that explicitly requested the deck stay Gruul, and like, I'm like, barely Jund to make like Bedeck and Status Statue work, because I think those cards were worth playing, but I didn't want to like deviate that far from the request and build a full-on Jund deck. Verna Mavalier, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. The tournament you qualified for is May 25, 26. Look at that. I have nothing on my calendar that weekend. That sounds great. Sign me up. No green mana. Woof. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to try and linear them with Krenko. I'm going to bottom that to give myself the best chance to land on 3. New Sorin is really good. McLeet Sauce coming in hot with that tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. I'm gonna attack. If they want to trade, I'm okay with that. But if they don't block, I'm not gonna activate this. If they didn't block there, I was gonna play Krenko. But if they do block, I think I'm okay taking this trade. Yeah, there's an updated Abzan hero list on my website, Dude Light. We streamed with it a couple of times. I think I've got 2 Sorens and a couple of Othakayas in there. Poor Krenko. Never not dead. Well, I mean, this thing on May 25th, 26th is gonna need an in-client tournament mode. So I assume we're gonna have an in-client tournament mode ready for May 25th and 26th.
I'm not finished with you. Not by a long shot.
Day 2 will be run as a direct challenge tournament. Ah, my liability senses are tingling. My liability senses are tingling. That, nothing could possibly go wrong with that. That just, yep. All right. That, better not have any criticisms or you'll be rank 1001. Yep, that's probably true. I shocked that in to protect from Lightning Strike or my opponent playing another Domri and fighting my creature. I think I just pass. I'm probably dead here if they have a Collision Colossus of their own. Alright, I assume we're dead here. Actually, I guess I can do this since they did that. And like untap and bedeck the token. Yep. Definitely feels like what I've ended up putting together here is just a bad version of, and obviously we've played against the efficient green-red deck twice, but definitely feels like a more fragile version of that. Feels like we're having a lot of similar issues to what the Feather deck was having when we were playing it, which is that like, you just like have to hit the right mix of things, and then like, even when you have the right mix of things, your opponent can have interaction. Yeah, I agree. So standard, and that's like, standard right now is definitely at this point where decks are either incredibly linear, like what the opponent's doing, so they're going to be able to race what we have going on, or they're incredibly interactive because they're not racing. I'm not sure that we can construct a deck like this in a way to keep up with either of those strategies. Twitch Prime does not auto resub, so every month when your Prime expires, you have to come and renew it, either here or give it to someone else. Alright, so... Hey, Meadow, thank you for the 13-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. We might be able to just race this Reclamation opponent, though. Oh, I guess I'm short, right? They blow this up, and this is 2, 6, 7, 8, so I'm 1 short. It is incredibly embarrassing that they're running their tournament as direct challenge. It's a real big miss in my opinion. No, Colossus only gives +2 toughness. So if I Colossus and then Bedeck would kill my thing. Yeah, from people I've talked to that are playing the Nexus deck, Blast Zone improves the Mono Blue matchup a pretty significant amount, which is terrifying. Maybe I just want a 2-1 first strike. I'll sleep a shock in. Moto does a lot wrong, but at least it's had an in-client tournament support for forever. And it hasn't always been perfect, but at least it exists. Yes, Arena is incredibly feature incomplete. I agree with that assessment. That is one of the features it's really missing. It not being done is definitely a result of them pushing their product to do something that is not quite ready to do. They're trying to make the best of a rushed situation. Project Swamp. Ah, I missed your... I'm sorry. I'm all over the place today. Thank you for the big biddies. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Happy May the 1st. Thanks for keeping around. I appreciate the 16 months. Did I get Maddo? Velvermeer, McLeet. I might have missed McLeet sauce too. I don't remember saying that one. Sorry. I'm at like 85, 80% today. Definitely not at 100. Jensen, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Biogenic ooze. Yep. I did get you. Alrighty. Alright, so let's do this. I don't think I want a Colossus here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do... No. No, I do not. That was the wrong... Thank you. Thank you, Magic Arena. That is the one I want to do. I want to put them to 4. Because putting them to 4 means that they only get to cast 2 spells. Because Cindervines will blow up and kill this, killing them if they cast more than 2 non-creature spells here. And this is lethal next turn, so... Blast zones are still at 1, which means they need 2 turns to add counters and then blow them up. What's going on, Bubbalone? I like the collision the Phoenix to assert dominance. And the unfortunate part here is that because they're going to blow up this blast zone on 2, I can't deploy another threat this turn. Yeah, it'll be interesting, Double Hawk. I mean, since it's WotC running the direct challenge tournament, they should be able to validate on their server side what actually happened in matches, right? The problem is that, like, how long is it going to take for them to run 6 rounds of Swiss? Like, when we did the like 40-player streamer tournament via direct challenge, it took a while to get people to, like, play their matches. How are they going to handle matches that go past time? How are they going to handle players slow playing and roping each other? Because as of right now, direct challenge doesn't have any roping in it. You can take as long as you want on every game action in direct challenge. The Coupon Bug, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Is the Ral Memekin deck legit? I think so. Seems pretty legit. Yeah, are they gonna have sudden death? Are the matches gonna go to draws? Like, what's the deal? If you don't enforce roping, like, how are you gonna punish slow play? How are you gonna define slow play? Like, I'm gonna keep this on the draw. That's unfortunate. I want to draw lands, but I want them to be green lands. You have no idea how to know what rank you finished at. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so what do I want to do here? I think I just... So I'm gonna Bedeck this, shock it, Dreadhorde, flashback to shock, kill the Land War Elves. I didn't play off stream at all last season. Got to trigger this card finally, that's sweet. Yes, it's hard to flashback Bedazzle. Hey, Delune, thank you for the biddies, I appreciate that. Remember, if you cheer, use cheer bleed purple, and you'll get a 10% cheer bonus. Thanks for the support. Do I want to just hit them for a giant chunk here? I can Colossus this, Bedeck it, and then flashback the Colossus, giving it plus 11 power and hit them for 12 here. I also might just want to kill their thing. Like I could Colossus, Bedeck their Jade Light, and then like Colossus my guy again. I think I want to just Bedeck. The problem with bedazzling their land is that it'll leave this with few enough points of defense that their Jade Light will kill my thing in combat. I could Bedeck our guy, but I think it's better to just kill their blocker for future turns. I think killing their blocker is the better long-term play. I wonder if it's worth holding that for a turn. So I could draw a 6th land and kick it. Domri would be a great draw here. So it'd power up my squad and let me flash back the Saproling Migration with the Dreadhorde. Aggressive attack. 1 Domri, please. Have another blocker or removal spell here. Neoform their Rekindling Phoenix. That's awesome. Well, their deck is way cooler than ours. That's pretty sweet. They're probably a Vanifear deck, huh? It's like a scale of 1 to dead here. Definitely want the Lava Coil. Saproling Migration's been a little underwhelming overall. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play much more of this. I feel like what we've done here has a lot of feels awkward, like the feather deck. I feel like if I wanted to do something similar to this, I'd want to expand into more colors. Like limiting myself to just Jund colors doesn't seem particularly very good. The idea behind Saproling Migration was that it's an instant sorcery that we can flash back with Dreadhorde Arcanist alongside Domri, and it also produces multiple bodies, so like it's just good with Domri's text box as well. It also provides a little bit of extra threat density in a style of deck that needs threats to play with its pump spells.
My entire life. Explains a lot, actually. We are the many.
I think I just Growth Chamber, pop Growth Chamber this turn. Can we double buff and blow up their land? Oh, I totally could have done that, huh? Yeah, I should have done that. Put this towards Grixis, amass control. We'll do automatic. Thanks for support, I appreciate it. Been a good line. Thanks, Lou. Yeah, I think the banner's in a good spot there. It can potentially block some lands when we get a lot of lands in play, but I think it doesn't really block anything meaningful otherwise. This is just lethal, right? This is 14-18. All right, well, we got to do our thing at least once, so that's nice. That's the idea. You do stuff, you kill them. You do stuff and they die. I could have blown up one of their lands there, like we talked about previously, but I guess we'll just deal lethal instead. Yeah, like I said, this feels a lot like the feather deck we tried the other night, which is that, like, there's just too many moving pieces on what's going on here that, like, there's enough disruption in the format that, like, you're gonna lose your only threat a lot of the time and not get to get a lot going on. Would it make sense to buy sets on there for redemption? You can't redeem any set on Moto. There's a very limited number of sets that you can redeem, KM Draven. And they charge you an upcharge to redeem the cards once you've collected all of them. I'd encourage you to look up the redemption rules. They're kind of convoluted. Giant Growth is in standard, but again, like, this deck, you have an issue with, you need cards that do stuff even when you don't have threats in play, right? So, like, yeah, Giant Growth works with Anarchist, I guess, but, like, what happens when I don't have Anarchist? Like, is Giant Growth constructed playable? I don't know. Probably not. Like, this card's just, like, a better Giant Growth in a lot of spots, because not only does it give Trample, but it also, like, has a text box when you don't have a creature in play. Probably dead here on a missed land drop. Do we know which deck is up next? Yeah, Teamer Monsters is up next. The order of the decks in the stream title are always the order of the decks we play, the order we play them in. Funk. Hey, I subbed to you like a week ago, but I couldn't say I really enjoy your stream, and I've learned a lot since I'm kind of new to the game. Twitch didn't let me verify my account, but I'm glad to tell you now. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Jaden. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. You know, I could probably... Oh, so we died. Would you look at that? We died. Oops. Oops, we blinked and we got pigged. Can a mod look up, if a mod has time, how to disable requiring account verification to post in chat? That was something that we turned on before we went sub-only mode to help combat spam, and that definitely doesn't need to be there anymore now that we're in sub-only mode. Otherwise, I'll make a note to do it after the stream. There doesn't seem to be any decks in the queue for the Tezzeret Buy a Box promo. That card's not constructed playable, in my opinion, Lord Bully Pants. It's 6 mana, and it doesn't really impact the board or even doing anything too potent. This deck, I'm gonna be dashboard, moderation, email verification. Thank you, done. Sweet. Alright, anywho, this deck felt a lot like the Feather deck that we played last season. Dude Light coming in hot. This is for the Abzan Hero list. I don't really care when it's played, but I prefer it played this week if possible. 10 out of 10, Dude Light. I'm happy to shove it in now, dude, or I can put it in first thing tomorrow. Whichever works for you, you let me know. Mr. Silicon coming in for the 29 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Anywho, to give a quick wrap on what we have going on here, this felt very similar to the Feather decks in that, like, these mix of pump spells and basically the deck building requirement that this card implements or imposes upon you to make it playable requires you to, like, warp your deck in this way that you have to kind of play cards that either aren't constructed playable or require a very specific mix of things in order to be good. And I think it just ends up leaving a lot to be desired overall. Just a lot of like wrong half problem. Perfect, Dude Light. It'll be up first thing tomorrow then. So overall, I think this is kind of a miss for me. I think if we wanted to make this card work, it's probably better suited in a more burn-centric deck, and maybe we could construct this to be a more burn-centric deck, but this specific build-around wanted Krenko alongside Dreadhorde, and I feel like building to focus on these cards requires to warp the deck a little bit as opposed to just like I think Krenko is probably a constructed playable card is like a sideboard card for you want extra threat density, similar to like what Legion War Boss does. But I think having it be the focus of what your deck is doing is probably not what you want to be because of the way it kind of warps what you need